targeted citizen. I don't know how well this is going to pick up, and even if it does, I don't know. Me and the boy, Hunter Jethro, I should say. Hurricane on South Carolina. It's hitting now, I guess, this morning to now. The plan was to get up this morning at 4 o'clock, set the alarm clock for 3:50, and get up at 4 o'clock and take off. I looked at the weather map, and I was dissuaded from going because it said about 10 o'clock all hell was going to break loose in Hickory and in Collegeville, an hour away. My thoughts in deterring this was, if I did get up here, we did kill a deer. Well, we'd be up here right in the storm. I didn't want to drop down the mountain in the storm. If I get the deer home, I wouldn't have any place to whack him up with because I don't have anything covered. I could have made something work, but my idea of fun and safety is not standing in a puddle of blood with lightning and thunder. What's up from Mississippi? What's up, Redneck? So, the storm so far in North Carolina has petered out. Ain't much to it. It's not even raining, just misting. So as I told the boy, let's get warm. Let's get our warm clothes on and head up the mountain. We hunt near climbing. What's the name of it? Staircase Mountain, North Carolina. You look at it, it's absolutely beautiful country. Beautiful country. It's about 52 minutes from home. This is where we turkey hunted last year. We heard turkeys every day we were out here. Saw a lot of turkey signs. 2-3 days we was up here. Saw a lot of turkey signs. Last year I guess it was in the spring when we were turkey hunting, I saw not an exorbitant amount, of course, but I'm just doing anything I can to get in front of deer. That's all I'm trying to do. I can't hardly read your comments. Said, have you seen deer in Hickory? I saw deer on my hunting place, 2 weeks ago? And that's the last time I've seen anything. I'm pretty much just so disgusted with just getting gang stalked. I just took my cameras down and walked away. I may make an appearance up there next week, but last year I was new last year. I was out every day in 20 acres worth of woods. You just can't do that. I was in there too much. I was dropping too much. I mean, I've got this, but I was just too much traffic, and it spooks the deer. I've learned a lot in the postseason about deer hunting. I wish that I would have chosen this life as opposed to what I did when I was younger. Drinking, partying. I mean, I enjoyed building cars and motorcycles. I loved it. I still enjoy that thoroughly. But the afternoons I was out chasing women and acting a fool, I could have been enjoying this. But the biggest problem is being a felon. People don't understand, as felons, you still have rights. And, by the way, I need to say this for all the felons in the audience. The Supreme Court ruled 2 weeks ago that it is unconstitutional for felons to have their gun rights revoked. Are you listening? If you're a felon, it is unconstitutional for them to revoke your rights to bear arms as a felon. I've got the information at home. You can actually Google it online. There's a couple pages on YouTube, guys that sell guns and gun paraphernalia, I guess you could say. But they deemed it, Clarence Thomas wrote a pretty blistering opinion about it, that, you know, even though we don't want these people to have guns, nothing in the Constitution says they're not allowed. I don't know if I still wouldn't go out and grab a gun and go walking around and say, hey, look at me, I'm a felon, look what I can do, because people have been violating the Constitution since the thing was written. So I wouldn't risk it. Check your state and see what rights you have as a felon. Once I realized that I had the right to bear black powder firearms, I went out and bought everything I could get my hands on. I don't know if I posted it on here, but I ran up on a beautiful brand new set of the Pietta 1851 and 1860 remakes. It was the Army and Navy editions. I got them for $100 a piece, and since Tina's car broke down, I had to give up my guns. So I sold 2 of them last week just to come up with some cash to make up for it. I mean, that's this game of being targeted. As soon as I get a little money in my pocket, they tear up something. They vandalize something. So just gotta keep moving forward. So check your state and see what you're allowed to do. It's just wrong in this country. And that's the average American commits 4 a day. Why is it so easy to commit a felony? That's the purpose. They want to disarm the public. They want to take away your right to defend yourself and defend your family. They're not going to stop. They're not going to stop. Can you get? I can't read. I'm sorry. I'm driving and I can't risk it. I'll go back through and check the comments. But you just got to be careful. And with being voluntarily committed, they use that against you too. Oh, you're too dangerous because you're crazy, blah, blah, blah. Well, it's weird when you go in the hospital and they involuntarily commit you, which should be illegal. When you go in there and the doctors look at you like, why are you in here? There's nothing wrong with you. Why are you here? I said, well, through the spite of an angry woman. Pretty disturbing video this morning, guys. Fear doesn't work for me. I don't like heights, okay? I'm not climbing up. I used to get up in 30-foot tall ladders and swing chainsaws when I had to. I get a little shaky, but I saw a video by the turd gorilla that has been targeting me the last week or so. He posted a video 2 weeks ago, and in this video, he took photos of targeted individuals, went to a gun range, put the photos at the gun range, and shot the faces of targeted individuals. If that's not a threat, I don't know what is. Now, I know, and this boy knows, that ain't nobody that. I mean, there are people that stupid, but you ain't gonna try that crap with me. You can threaten all you want, but I'll put somebody's picture on a target and I shot it repeatedly, they ban me off YouTube. If I use the expletives that he did disparaging homosexuals in all the worst terms you can use, the slang terms for homosexuals, it don't bother me. But if I pulled that crap on YouTube, they shut me down. And here's one thing you need to think about what he's doing. He is one of these little computer nerds. Tell me how I don't have but 200 subscribers on this channel and I average about 150 views per video. He has over 9,000 subscribers and he barely peaked 70 views. Sounds like he made up a bunch of fake channels. Just like on mine, I noticed when he started coming to my channel making snide comments, they're always in either 7 to 13 thumbs up to his comments. That's about the average amount of thumbs down that I get until my thumbs up overrides them. So, the evil in men's hearts. The evil in men's hearts. Never going to end. We're supposed to turn here? Yep. And I was worried about my brakes squealing when we were coming home the other night, and now we start to hear my brakes making racket. I thought it was the brakes the other day when we were riding home. We had a stick about that big crammed between the frame and the drive shaft. That was scary, wasn't it?
It was like
scary. Every time we'd hit a bump, it'd get worse. I thought the front wheels falling off. But now I hear the brakes going bad on my truck. So I've got to buy brake shoes tomorrow and get them put on. I just started to notice it today. I mean, I said I noticed it the other day, but I thought it was just that stick. And these are dangerous mountains we're coming down. The road we're going up has got ruts about 3 feet deep. I wish that I could afford just to drive my Bronco, but I can't afford to drive my Bronco. Anyway, we're going to go get up in a tree and get wet, it looks like. Pray for our safety, please. Pray for our safety. And pray that we get an eye on a deer. Because, guys, I need meat. I would not be doing this otherwise. I mean, I love the thrill of hunting and killing and getting up in a tree and praying to my Savior. But we need the meat. With Tina throwing out all the meat the other month, that was close to $1,500 worth of meat that she just threw away. That's a lick. And with grocery stores emptying out, my daughter texted me last night and said the eggs are now $7 a dozen. That's craziness. So it's only going to get worse. I'm Stuart Pidlaw, the Most Targeted Citizen. Thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you so much for your support. This is the backup channel, Targeted Citizen 3. If you don't see me post here, I'm posting on the Most Targeted Citizen. I probably ought to just run this channel and build it up because there's so many strikes on the other one for... They've got my videos listed. They got an asterisk on all my videos. Any video that they can delete and charge me a strike for, they save it. Like the last one they kicked me out for, the reason I'm suspended from that channel now, they went back and found a video from 1.5 years ago to silence me. Also, I wanted to mention this as long as I've got signal. You remember under the Obama, when Obama was in office, and Obama and Greg Abbott were going at it wildly. Well, let me say, Greg, I'm not a fan of Greg Abbott, the governor of Texas, at all. He's a globalist. He plays patriot, but he's really not. He could have shut that border down anytime he chose to. He could have shut it down instead of the game he's playing now. They're all playing their part. Greg Abbott and Obama got in a big war about illegal immigration, a bunch of other stuff. Right about that time, Texas started having the worst flooding in Texas history, places that had never had flooding. And if you remember the great ice storm in Texas, I think Trump was in office then. Remember all that? Now let me remind you, this is the effects of a hurricane. One of the worst, supposedly, because climate change. Remember, they have that machine called HAARP, H-A-A-R-P. Remember that? It seems anytime a state is going against the demonic powers that be, the NWO, anytime a governor of a state stands up against that NWO, New World Order system, then they start having all these massive tornadoes and hurricanes, had the little destroying damage in different states. Yes, Florida has the hottest economy. Florida and Texas have the biggest economies right now in the United States. They have to crush that. They cannot have patriotic, I don't want to say not necessarily patriotic, but they can't have governors on the right doing the right thing and their citizens being happy about it. They can't do that. It's death and destruction. When America falls, there's nowhere else to run. So get your houses in order. Stock up on your food. If you don't have enough food to get you at least for a month, you're in trouble. You're in trouble. So we're getting it. My phone, I don't want it to die. I haven't hooked my cigarette lighter back up in here to charge my phone. So we won't have any more signal after this. So that's why we're memorizing our way up. I'm Stuart Pittler on the Most Targeted Citizen. Like, share, and subscribe. Pray for me. Pray for my family. Pray for your purpose. Pray that we get a deer today. I don't care if it's got antlers or not. I don't care. I just need something to put in my freezer. God bless.